Hello, Edwina Murphy-Droomer, from the founder of Eudaimonia here. And today's question is, I love the idea of eating real food and changing our lifestyle to be healthier. But my problem is my 3 kids and husband are not on board. Sound familiar? I need some advice on how to ease them into the change. Okay. Unfortunately, with this one, I'm going to start with a little bit of an uncomfortable truth, but I think it will help greatly. And that is that we are our children's parent, not their friend. They will have a lifetime to accumulate a wonderful group of friends. However, they will only ever have 1 or 2 parents, depending on whether you're a single parent household or not. And we are here to supply our children with what they need, not with what they want. What children need is an abundance of love, which I'm sure you are giving, but also they need nutrient-dense foods that are there to support their body and mind as they grow, that is there to provide the protein that they need in order to grow, that it provides all the nourishing fats and all the beautiful vegetables that give our bodies the ability to detoxify. It supplies our bodies with all the antioxidants that it needs in order to fight free radicals, and so on and so on. Nutrient-dense foods. So, how do we get our kids on board and perhaps our husbands as well? First up, the food that you bring into the house, and this obviously applies predominantly to when the kids are still really little, because once they get bigger, once they get into high school, you will have less and less control over this. But ultimately, the food that you bring into the house is the food that they're going to eat. So the foods that you want them to eat are the foods that you should bring into the house. Does that make sense? It's pretty straightforward. If you load up the pantry with foods that you don't want your children to be eating, then you're going to be causing yourself a whole lot of heartache and stress and frustration as you try to monitor it. However, if you introduce your children to eating carrot sticks and a beautiful dip, instead of store-bought biscuits and muesli bars, you'll find that because that's what is on offer, that's what they'll go for. The other thing that makes a big difference, I find, is that a lot of kids are actually lean towards eating raw vegetables as a preference over cooked. So keeping this in mind will perhaps shape the way you think about which veggies you buy. So if you want to have snacks on hand or things to add to lunch boxes, go for certainly what's seasonal, but things like carrots, cucumbers, capsicums are easy to add as sticks to lunch boxes. Okay, now the next thing that will make a massive difference is the quality of the vegetables that you buy. So as I have said before, biodynamic is the top range, the 5-star, then organic, which is obviously a beautiful choice. And if you can't afford those, then certainly getting in other vegetables is of much greater benefit to your kids than not including them at all. So for children that have been introduced to vegetables like carrots that can taste, quite frankly, a little bit like methylated spirits is the flavour that comes to mind. It's one of the chemical treatments that they undergo. So I challenge you to perhaps buy organic carrots as a first step if you haven't bought organic before, and just taste the difference. Tomatoes is another really classic example. Tomatoes that have been artificially ripened and you buy in the supermarket are quite frankly disgusting and devoid of flavour. If you buy sun-ripened, fresh seasonal organic tomatoes. You bite into them, their taste explodes in your mouth, and they are just so delicious. Nature's lollies. So introducing kids to these flavors is so important, and make it a pleasure. Show them your enjoyment and they will follow your lead. For children that have become used to eating a very processed diet that is high in man-made salts and sugars and MSGs and all sorts of other flavors, artificial flavors, it does take a little bit of time to change their taste buds, but I urge you very strongly to persist and encourage your children in making this transition, because the rewards for their health are just innumerable. If they get sick, we know that they have to have medicines that are quite often disgusting. So try to think of your food as medicine, because it is nature's gift. It is nature's medicine that is there to supply the body with everything it needs, apart from sunshine and, the other obvious things. So that is children. With husbands, well, some can be more challenging than others. And, quite frankly, I'm hoping that you are married to grown-ups who will take on board that this is the best thing for their children's bodies, for your body, and for their body. And it is all a really positive move in the right direction to looking after your health, and with luck they'll be on board. Okay, that's it for today. I hope it's been of value to you. I will pop a link to my veggie prescription in the comments section here, or in the link on YouTube, and I hope to see you in the next video. All right, bye for now.